You don't just meet someone and trust them. You test them, not with questions, not with confrontation, with observation, patterns, inconsistencies between what they say and what they do. And the frustrating part? Most people don't even realize you're doing it. Once your brain flags something, it rarely forgets. That's not paranoia. That's a cognitive filter. And psychology has a very specific explanation for why. 1. Your brain sees what others miss. Psychologists call it pattern recognition bias. When your mind is wired to detect inconsistencies, it doesn't stop just because someone seems nice. Analytical thinkers process social cues deeper. They notice the micropause before an answer, the shift in tone, the story that doesn't add up. So when someone says, "I'm fine," but their body language says otherwise, you caught it in real time. That's not distrust. That's your processor running a background check you never asked for. Most people think you're cold. Your brain just refuses to ignore data. 2. You've been right before, and that makes it worse. Smart people don't struggle to trust because they're cynical. They struggle because their instincts have been validated too many times. Some research suggests people with stronger analytical thinking are better at detecting deception and reading micro-expressions, the signals most people miss. You saw the red flag early, ignored it, gave them the benefit of the doubt. 3 months later, you were right. Now your brain treats every new person like unverified data, not out of bitterness, out of pattern recognition. And that's exactly where isolation starts. 3. Trust requires vulnerability. And your brain hates uncertainty. This is the uncomfortable part. Psychology links analytical cognition to intolerance of ambiguity, the resistance to moving forward when outcomes are unclear. Trusting someone means dropping your guard before you have proof. And for a mind built on logic, that feels reckless. You're not difficult. Your brain just won't accept "believe me" as valid evidence. The problem? Real trust doesn't work on spreadsheets. It asks you to bet on someone before the pattern is complete, before you're sure. And that gap between what you know and what you're being asked to believe, that's where the wall goes up. Not to protect you, to keep you in control. Mindset shift. Here's what the psychology shows. Struggling to trust isn't weakness, but it is a trade-off. The same careful mind that protects you can also quietly isolate you. Not because people aren't trustworthy, but because your standard becomes impossible to meet. The goal isn't to trust faster. It's to recognize when caution becomes a cage. Your brain moves slow because it's been hurt. That's valid. But at some point you have to ask, are you protecting yourself or just staying alone on purpose? If you've been called hard to read or too guarded, drop a below. Subscribe, because we don't just talk about trust issues, we decode why they exist.